Welcome to another episode of Spotlight On. Today my partner Louie and I, down here in Lower Manhattan, Little Italy, freezing our asses off. This week, Spotlight On Engine Company 55. They started here in this Firehouse, 185 Lafayette, which used to be originally 173 Elm Street. They were put here in 1887. 1887, guys, that's only 20 years after the end of the Civil War. They were here until 1899 when they moved up to Broome Street. Originally, they were called the Lady Washington Volunteer Company number 40.
So this building was originally a 4-story building, and in 1880, Lafayette Street ended at Great Jones Street. In 1885, the city extended Lafayette Street down to Elm Street, which is taking up this building, and they actually extended or widened the street 25 to 30 feet.
So we lost 25 feet off of this building, and they actually took one of the stories off to make it a 3-story. The time that happened, we're not quite certain, but in 1899, they moved up to Broome Street, where we'll be heading next.
So what we're going to do now is head over to the actual quarters of 55 Engine on Broome Street, but first, we're going to go get some veal palm. We'll see you over there.
See you over there. What, like I'm here to a jester? Like what, I'm here to amuse you or something?
Like I'm a clown?
I'm a clown? Okay everyone, so here we are in front of Engine 55, freezing our asses off again. This is their current quarters. They moved in here in 1899. This firehouse was built in 1898. Now inside, the tile structure, the tile ceiling, the curved tile ceiling, which you'll see when we go inside, was actually built by famed tile professional Raphael Gustavino, Mario Gustavino, who actually also built the same tile structure in Grand Central Terminal in the Oyster Club.
All right, so guys, Engine 55 is known as Cinquantacinque, which is, how do you say 55 in Italian? Now this firehouse, how do you say it?
How do you say it?
So this firehouse has been here over a century, covering Little Italy and Lower Manhattan. In fact, just a couple blocks from here is the original 5 Points, which was from the movie Gangs of New York, if you remember. And also a few blocks from here is America's Skid Row, which is in the Bowery.
Okay guys, here's another piece of trivia for you. Nope, I don't like that. What a lot of people might not know is Engine 55
Do it again.
What the f?
Ready?
What many people don't know is that Engine 55 was the home to the first African-American firefighter in the FDNY, Wesley Williams. At a time when discrimination was running rampant in this country, not only did Wesley Williams have to be a badass on the fire floor, but also in the basement as well when he was confronted by racism. In fact, he actually sought the help of Sam Langford, a heavyweight boxer in the time.
Firefighter Williams was also the first firefighter to become... Firefighter Williams was also the first African American to become an officer in the FDNY when he was promoted to lieutenant in 1927. He became captain in 1934, and he became battalion chief in 1938. By the 1940s, there were over 40 black firefighters in the FDNY, kind of going through the same issues he had when he started. What he suggested to them was that they organize, and they did, and that was how the Vulcan Society was born, which is the fraternal organization for black firefighters in the FDNY.
And another little tidbit about Engine 55, before he went on to become a great actor starring in such films as Reservoir Dogs and Boardwalk Empire, Steve Buscemi was he was a firefighter right here in Engine Company 55 from 1980 to 1985. In fact, when he heard about the attacks on 9/11, The next day, he showed up at the Firehouse to help out his old company.
For weeks, Steve actually was working 12-hour shifts, digging through the rubble for missing firefighters and civilians all the time, never doing an interview or having his picture taken.
He's a good guy.
Nah, he's a good fella.
He's a friend of ours.
Friend of ours.
If you notice, on the outside of the Firehouse, the line of duty death plaques are mounted around the apparatus door, dating back as far as 1909 to 1918.
Tragically, Engine 55 was one of the first units to respond to the Twin Towers on 9/11. The engine lost 5 brothers, and each one of them has their own plaque on the outside of the building.
So it took, believe it or not, 6 weeks to find their rig because it was crushed in the debris, and it was 40 feet deep when they found it underneath the debris. So unfortunately, guys, we end our spotlight on a lot with on a down note, but realistically, it's the job. We lost 343 members on that day, and we certainly are never going to forget. It comes with the territory. It comes with being a fireman in the FDNY. So check us out on Instagram, Facebook. Make sure you like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. And also, if you want some really cool apparel, www.gettingsaltyapparel.com. Until the next time, stay low and go.